Justice Philip Tunoi is one of Kenya's longest-serving judges, rising from a junior magistrate in the late 1980s to serving in the highest court in the land. In his three-decade career in the judiciary, he has handled high-profile and controversial cases. Rita Tinina now takes a look at the rise through the judicial ranks for the judge, farmer, father and grandfather.
The man in the eye of a storm, Justice Dr. Philip Tunoi, a man who has been on the bench for 3 decades, serving under 10 Chief Justices. His career in the judiciary began way back in May 1987 when he was appointed judge of the High Court, serving in Nakuru and Nyeri.
I dealt with so many land disputes, and I was one of the architects of the land dispute tribunals.
He served as a High Court judge until 1993 when he rose the judicial rank to a Court of Appeal judge, which was by then the highest court in the land. It was at the Court of Appeal that he would pass 2 judicial tests. He survived judicial reforms dubbed the radical surgery in 2004 and 8 years later, vetting by the Judicial Service Commission, which vetted appellate judges on their suitability to continue sitting in line with the new constitution. In his 18 years in the Court of Appeal, he handled all manner of cases, some that would set a precedent.
We settled the law on the question of damages relating to defamation. For example, we put the limit between 5 and 6 million shillings.
But perhaps one of his controversial rulings was in the year 2000, when as a Court of Appeal judge, he ordered a husband to take back his HIV-infected wife. In the year 2011, he would score a near ultimate in his judicial career. After passing the test among 26 candidates who had applied for the position of Judge of the Supreme Court, he was sworn in as one of Kenya's first ever Supreme Court judges. As Judge of the Supreme Court, Justice Tunoi has been part of landmark cases, including the presidential election petition, a case on the gender role, the digital migration case, and the suit on the 2013 election date. Before joining the judiciary in 1987, he served as a provincial state counsel in Nyanza and Western from 1970 to 1973. Then he ventured into private practice, practicing as an advocate for 14 years. Justice Tunoi holds a bachelor's degree in law from the University of East Africa, a master's degree in philosophy from the University of Nairobi, and a PhD in the philosophy of law from the University of Nairobi. The father of 6 and grandfather of 7 had his early education at the Tambach Government School before joining St. Patrick's E10 and later Strathmore College for his A-levels. His pastime, he says, is reading and will soon be writing books and memoirs.
I would say I'm also a successful farmer in Elgeyo Marakwet. I keep goats. My number now is 2,000.
As one of the country's longest-serving judges, some of his greatest achievements came earlier on in his career.
And we proved to the foreign judges that we could as well match and even do better than them.
With a career spanning 3 decades on the bench, Justice Tunoi is a man who has risen through the ranks in the judiciary. But the judge, who is pushing to have 4 more years in the highest court in the land after he attained the retirement age of 70, is one man whose exit reputation is on the line. Rita Tinina, KTN News.